This is the third attempt to live stream this morning. All right, man, your life, your rules. Get up, people. I'm here. I'm up. I'm moving, people. It's now 5:03. I was up at 4:30 trying to get out the house. But the technology can't keep up with me. Where we at, people? What time is it where you are? Are you up? Are you at it? Are you at it? Are you back at it, people? Are you ready for this Saturday? Are you ready to do this work? Or am I out here alone? Let's go. Where you at? Where you checking in from? What we doing this morning? Oh, it's your life, your rules. Or is it just your life and you living by somebody else's rules? Let's get up this hill this morning. Come on, people. Get with me. All right. This is easy. This is easy, people. It's just the hill. It's just the hill. Whew. Oh. Welcome to the hilltop, where we will not give up or go easily. How's everybody feeling? Whew. What's on your mind, people? Where we going? What we doing? Good morning. Wolfgang, welcome, man. Ryan, good morning, brother. Man, I'm glad y'all here. I thought I was alone. I thought the apocalypse is set in. Man, this is my third time restarting this live. Whew. Welcome, people. We're gonna hang out here. Last live, somebody was following me. Listen, Wolfgang. Thankful and grateful. Awesome, Ryan. Man, listen, y'all let me down last time. I was out here yesterday. Y'all were like, hey, somebody following me. Whole live. Somebody following you. Nobody back there. The moment I say, all right, y'all keep an eye on my back. Y'all let somebody walk right up on me. I ain't even know. Man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to count on y'all, Wolfgang. Good morning, my love. That's my lovely wife. Everybody say good morning, wife. That's my wife, people. Brian, that great channel, man. Love your stuff. Dang, people. Yo, that's why I gotta keep moving, man. Right now, though, I'm up here. I got some, I'm waiting on this delivery this morning. So we're gonna hang out. Good morning, my love. So, welcome to the morning, people. Your life, your rules. You see the title. Your life, your rules. What does that mean? Well, if it's your life, your rules, everybody says that. And you hear it most often when people are doing something negative. Good morning. Thank you. Good morning to my wife. Great husband. Thank you, Ryan. Man, when it's something negative, everybody's like, my life, my rules. But then we've been conditioned to believe if we want to live in a positive manner, if we want to live in a growth space, if we want to come from a place of strength and a place of knowledge and determination and self-motivation, if we want to come from there, that it has to be somebody else's rules, people. That's got to change. We got to get that up. We got to get that back. Your life, your rules means your life, your rules. It means it's you. And it doesn't matter how somebody feels about the moral positioning of it. Oh, I wouldn't do that. This ain't your life. I didn't ask you what you would do. Shut up. It's Saturday, people. Listen, It's Saturday. I'm a little pumped up right now on Saturday. And I got an energy drink coming. So this might be one of those mornings for me, man. This might be one of those mornings for me. I'm just letting you know early. Your life, your rules. Actually make it your life. Let's stop saying it's my life, and then all we do is look for other people's rules, other people's opportunities, other people's chances. And then we're like, oh, well, I can't get this done. It's your life, suck it up. Like, if it's gonna be your life, your rules, you're gonna have to live with the heartache of it. You're gonna have to live with the hardship of it. When it's your life, your rules, then when you succeed because of what you did. And if you fail because of what you did. And then you improve on it and you keep going. Your life, your rules, people. My life, my rules. That's why I'm up at this time in the morning. That's why I'm out at this time in the morning. That's why me and my wife, we do what we do. Why our family, why we do what we do. My life, my rules, right? You can set guidelines. Oh, you're not allowed to cross these boundaries. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. Still my life, my rules. You have to make sure that you're actually committed to that. Because talk is talk, people, right? Thoughts are thoughts. But that walk, that action that you gotta take. And we here, man. We out here this morning. I'm gonna keep taking this walk, man. I would love to hear from you guys. Love to talk this morning. As you guys a bit around, you may have seen, I'm gonna do these walks in the morning are open forum, man. I really just wanna be able to encourage people. I wanna be able to have a great space for people who are starting their day, ending their day, whatever they're doing, just to be able to open up, share, connect, know where we're headed towards. And then I will start to do some follow-up conversations from inside the house for people who are subscribed to the channel and you really want to kind of like get to the nitty-gritty, like buckle down and get to the actual conversation of the things that you want to do for you, the things that are going to help be actual actions to take today to start seeing what we're looking for in the future. I want to start to get together, start to work, start to help put those plans in motion. So we're not just talking in this space, but we're actually taking those actions and we're seeing ourselves grow, right? Let me see in the chat right now. Clifton, Ryan, Believe I Know. I've been watching him now since March. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brian. Preach. F4, welcome back. Good to see you. He's defining his own life. Other people should do the same. Otherwise, someone else will define it for them without question. Trust me, I say this all the time. If you don't have a purpose for your life, you will live someone else's purpose for your life. You're going to be living for a purpose. It's just a question if you're living for your purpose or someone else's. Whose life are you making rich? Whose life are you making fulfilling? Whose life or legacy are you paying into? Are you benefiting? Because trust me, it's someone. Even if you do nothing, you're doing nothing for somebody, right? Brian says, don't talk about it unless you're going to be about it. Red, don't talk about it, be about it. Respect both of you guys, all of you guys, man. Thank you for being here this morning, man. Like I said, I'm up here. My wife is grabbing me an energy drink. She's going to be up here to drop it off for me. I'm pumped up. It's Saturday, people. Let's be grateful. Let's be strong. Let's be blessed. Let's keep moving. I'm normally headed down the hill. I'm gonna go ahead and do some little body squats. Guys, I told you that I'm on this fitness thing and I'm trying to make sure that I'm improving my own personal fitness. Hey, real quick, I wanna give a shout out. Ryan, tell me you still in there, Ryan. Are you still in there? Ryan, because I saw you giving that 225 a ride, Ryan. I saw you giving it up. I don't know if you guys know, Ryan has his own channel. You can go check it out. He was in the gym giving that 225 a ride. I want to say it was 10 reps. How many reps did you pop that up and down? That was getting that work done, man. So for everyone, I just want you to know, like, I'm not just here to talk, but I'm also paying attention, guys. I'm reaching out, I'm connecting. I'm trying to make sure that not only am I working on myself, but when I talk about creating a community and building a community, I'm talking about building it with everyone. I'm talking about building with the people who are excited and who are determined to see some. See, there you go. Here we go again. Gio, it's all dark. There's nobody behind me, Gio. I'll go send his channels Well, check it out. Yes, indeed. F4, you got to check it out. But it's awesome just to be able to be in this space, to be able to do this. From Hawaii, RKS, what's up, brother? Late night. I can tell when you at work, you working that overnight shift. They got you be home. You don't be getting on at this time. You don't be on at 11:30 when you home. I bet you be getting some sleep. What's going on? Everything looking good out there, man? RKS? They ain't going to deploy you, are they? They ain't sending you nowhere. Tell me they ain't sending you to Iran. So it's really exciting, guys. I really want to make sure that we're all looking at doing the biggest things and the best things for us. But thank you for being here, waking up this morning. Remember, as always, guys, when you come in, let me know where you're checking in from. Let me know what time of day it is, what's on your mind, what you're thinking about doing, where you're thinking about going, what you're working on. It's exciting, guys. Very exciting. Whew. All right. Oh, man. Oh. What's going on this morning, guys? It is Saturday. It's been a full week. I've made some new connections, which I think will be beneficial and hopefully profitable. Also made some growth. I've gained some new knowledge, doing a lot of different things. RKS said, yep, man, I'd be knocked out. I try to catch you picking up the responsibility of being a great man. Thank you. Man, hey, do that thing, man. Listen, that 4-3 is not an easy thing to do, man. That is not an easy thing. For that 4 days on, that 3 days off, and then that rotating shift, so that 4 days on is a different 4 days. Dude, like that's a discipline builder in and of itself. Because you gotta get your days and nights together, and then you're working overnight. So now you have to live on a schedule opposite of the rest of the world. You have to, man, that's a challenge, dude. I get it. It's a challenge. Whew. I'm gonna walk around something, guys. Make sure I keep my blood flowing. Talk to me this morning. I just want you to know, guys, I'm growing. The channel's growing. I'm definitely growing in my personal life. The space of growth for myself and my family has been exponential. It's rough out here, RKS. Big ups yourself. Indeed. It's standing tough. Honing my discipline. It's always a work in the discipline, man. It's always working on the discipline. The discipline is where the power is, man. The discipline, it's that ability to be able to say, hey, right, it's just me. Why you up this morning? Because I'm supposed to be. You know, why are you where you are? Because this is where I said I would be. Because I'm doing the things I said I would do. I'm doing the things that are important for me to do. I'm being the man that I'm determined to be and that I said I would be. It requires for me to be that in order to be that. So it's no longer a question. It's no more about not trying to do it. You're not trying to do it anymore, RKS. You're just doing it, right? So right. Honing the discipline. You're not trying to be disciplined. Like you said, you're improving the discipline. You're growing the discipline. You're becoming stronger constantly. You're improving constantly. And that's what we have to do. Like that's an understanding of when we're working towards mastery, the journey is never over. We're always growing. We're always improving. We're always taking those steps, because when they say iron sharpens iron, sometimes you have to find yourself in a crucible with people who are capable of challenging the level that you've reached, because we can get to a certain point where you just can't do it anymore. You just can't have the same people around you and achieve the same levels of status and success. F4L, consistent upload schedule right now. Also making sure I do lives at the same time every night. I figure if I can get consistent at that, I can do it with anything. My life was disarray for years, so having to start small. Hey, That's big steps, F4. That's big steps. Here's the thing, and as I say, if you remember, discipline is built on 4 pillars. The 4 pillars of discipline are going to be repetition. Repetition is going to be followed by patience. Patience is going to be followed by consistency, and that's going to build the perseverance. Everything works on the thing except for perseverance, which works on you. So what you're saying right now is what your focus is and what you're trying to do, what you're working on is the repetition part. And the repetition is like, it doesn't matter how many views your uploads get. It doesn't matter how many people stop in a live. It doesn't matter any of those things. Doesn't matter the quality, the camera, the sound, nothing. You want to do the repetition. You want to say, hey, I need to show up here when I need to show up. And understand, sometimes we'll be talking to 4 people. Sometimes you're going to be talking to 0 people. Sometimes that thing going to get no views, no likes. It's going to be up for 13 weeks. But you have to keep going. You have to keep working with the repetition. And then once you understand and you have that patience, now you start to build consistency. Not only do I want to work with repetition, I want to build out certain things. I not only want to hit my schedule, I not only want to do it at the time I say I will do it, but I also want to make sure I'm doing it correctly. I also want to make sure I'm doing it with strength, with understanding. I'm doing it with knowledge. I want to do all of those things. And the reason that's important, guys, is because once we start to develop that understanding, once we start to have that knowledge of what it is we're actually trying to do, and we start to repeat that process, and we have that patience, and now we have a plan. Consistency requires a plan. Now we're doing something, people, because it is that plan that puts things in motion. It is understanding that I'm working towards something, because a plan has expectations, and it is those expectations that will get us to where we're trying to get to. That's a big thing that we need to always know, is that having those plans in place now gives us a roadmap. And as we walk along it, as we travel it, we are going to start to see the improvement. It doesn't matter if it's in personal fitness, it doesn't matter in starting a business, what you're doing on your channel, you keep doing it. You keep busting your tail. You keep putting in the work, because the work is what you told yourself you're going to do. We don't do things because someone else is expecting us to do it. We do it because we expect it of ourselves. If we don't have expectations, we cannot hold ourselves accountable. If you don't have a schedule, if you don't have a plan, if you don't have an understanding of what you want to see and how you want to see it, then you don't know it when you do it. You have no idea when you're actually meeting your mark. You have to set a standard, and then you have to work to it. But you want to start off simple. Why? Because so many people beat themselves down trying to be where they're supposed to be at the end. I'm not saying make it easy. I'm saying make it manageable. Make it so you can understand. Most people believe consistency is the beginning. It's not. Repetition is the beginning. Repetition is just getting there. I just need to get, I just need to turn it on and put up something. That sucks. So what? I can look at it, man, I just need to turn it on and put up something. I have to get something up because it's what I said I would do. I need to get to the gym. Today is chest day. I'm tired. I'm like, the body is aching. Like, I don't know, I'm dealing with stuff at my job. I'm dealing with stuff with my girl. I'm dealing with stuff with my family. I'm having these but I need to get to the gym today. Not because somebody else is expecting to see you in the gym, but because you are expecting to see you in the gym. Because you have work that you need to get done. And so then you go there because that's where you said you're going to be. And then you tough it out. And you do that work. That's the building of the perseverance. That's the thing where you get up and you say, hey, I get it. I know not every day is going to be great, but my life, my rules. And then you have to set your own rules. Don't do it because I'm telling you need to do it. Do it because you decided that you need to do it and you're going to. This is how we build discipline. This is how we build the strength and the repetition and the ability to go forward and move it into other areas of our lives. This is how we take it from something we do about our fitness to something we do about our finances. How we take it from something we do about our finances to something we do about our families is by committing to it and understanding the process of building discipline requires for us to be committed to building discipline. F4, that's true. It's all well and good having lofty ambitions, but if they can't break it down into achievable goals, then it's never going to happen. Never going to happen. If you've never jumped before and you go out and you're like, man, I'm gonna dunk a basketball, unless you're like 7'3" and you can just touch the rim, you're gonna have to work your way there. Yeah, I'm gonna dunk a basketball today. Oh, hold on, man. We get it. You have a goal, you have something we're trying to achieve. Let's get there. You back at it again, glad to see you always. This account is no longer available. Always at it. People. Here's my love, here's my life. There's my wife. Yes, sweetheart.
You know how I found you?
How'd you find me? Oh. You just follow my scent and found me. Hey, y'all. Say good morning to the wife.
Good morning to the wife.
Good morning. Hold on. Why about to there it is? Good morning to the wifey. That's my life, guys. Hey, babe, give me a kiss. I love you so much.
I'm going back to the house.
You headed back to the house. I'll be back in.
I took a short, actually. They had none of your energy drinks.
They have none of my C4?
I was like, oh my gosh, he's going to some. Everybody loves these. No, the Wawa just stinks.
It's just a bad store. It's just a bad store. My wife brought me my drink this morning, people. I'm about to get nosed up. Normally, I'm doing C4. I love you, my love.
Yeah.
I'll be back here.
Equivalent, and you like big ones.
Yeah. All right.
I love y'all.
I see you shortly. Hey, you're getting me distracted. Go. I got work to do. This is why. Hey, man, listen. There's a purpose, man. When you have a purpose, like I got a purpose, man. When I come out here and I start talking to y'all and I'm telling y'all that I'm working towards something, that I got a goal, that I got something that I'm working for, and I have a purpose, I'm not making this up. I'm not playing games. It's not just some stuff I say because I think it sounds good. I have a purpose. This woman, my children, my life, or my purpose. My phone is broken. What just happened? Oh my. This thing leaned over trying to get me in frame. Yeah, it's a NOS. Let's see if we can get this back up and working. Oh my goodness. Now all of y'all looking at the sidewalk. Dude, did you see the slow fall? Oh my goodness. My purpose may be getting to somewhere to get myself a replacement phone. It looks all good right now though. Yeah, it's okay. It's all good. No damage at this moment that I can see. I just got to get this energy drink open so I can take some sips while we walking, get myself boosted. I get up, guys, at 3:30 in the morning. So I always wait a couple of hours before I start taking in the energy drink. Give my body an opportunity to wake up naturally. So every day between 3:30 and 4. But once I get myself up and get going, it's good to have a good energy drink in the system. So normally I'm on like a C4, something like that. But they didn't have any. So today I'm on this NOS. Thank you guys for asking about the phone, RKs. We got this family. Yes, indeed. Stan El Commandant. What kind of drink is it? Taste-wise. Interestingly, the NOS just tastes like it's hard to explain. I don't know if you guys ever had do you remember Orange Julius? Dude, I'm old. I'm old and from the South. I just dated myself. Like, all y'all, I've never been to Birmingham, Alabama. I have no idea what Orange Julius is. It's like a carbonated Orange Julius. So it's like an orange drink, but it's not heavy. It's not a heavy orange drink, and then it has some carbonation to it. I do like NOS. I do prefer C4 because of the variety of flavors and also some of the micronutrients in it. Used to be a personal trainer. Was a personal trainer for, like a decade and a half, 15 years. It's been a while. I was actually a personal trainer longer than that. I was a personal trainer before personal training was a professional skill. I was a personal trainer when people used to just come in the gym and be like, can I work out with you? You know what I'm saying? It's interesting if there are any people out there who are personal trainers, anybody headed to the gym. I know Ryan goes quite often. Personal trainers are some of the most magnanimous people in the world because personal trainers do not believe that their skill, the thing that they do, has value, because for most of them, it's not a hard thing to do. C4? Oh, have you had C4 before? Oh man, C4, so good, so good. The flavors, now, I'm being completely honest, C4s, they all say they're sugar-free. I'm no scientist, and I know the world is constantly moving forward, but it's sweet. So I don't know how to do sweet without sugar. So it's something in it making it sweet. But I do appreciate the flavor of it. They have one that tastes like Swedish fish, and it's like, there's no sugar in here. I'm like, Swedish fish is all sugar. How is there no sugar in this thing? So, but as I was saying, some of the things I really like in my drinks, especially if you're working out, are BCAAs, old school. I haven't been up to keeping up with recent trends in the industry in terms of the different types of micronutrients and stuff that they're recommending to people. But BCAAs are very simple. They're just branch chain amino acids. It's a big way of saying they just complete, they are free-formed micronutrients that can complete chains of whatever you need at that time. So if your body needs carbs and you don't have like a full makeup of carbs, branch chain amino acids can connect with one another and they can create those carbs. They can turn what's available into carbs, or if you need proteins, they can find what's available and then they can be any part of that to kind of make the protein. So whatever it is you're trying to do, branch chain amino acids are just some micronutrients that help your body create what it needs at the time when it needs it. So it's really good for recovery, post-workout. Man, you're doing well. Stay in great shape. The American food is designed to put a bit of weight on people. It is. Swedish fish drink? Yes, Swedish fish drink. I know. Like, listen, here's the thing. I don't even like Swedish fish. But the Swedish fish drink, I was like, oh, I might eat a couple of Swedish fish. So, yes, guys. So, remember what we just said at the top of the hill about living your purpose? Remember what we said about, like, if you're not living your purpose, you're living someone else's? It's also in our diet. Like, these are the simple things. So when you say your life, your rules, my life, my rules, it's about those things. It's about understanding that when we are when we are choosing what to eat, somebody's benefiting from that, right? Ryan, I believe he said his brother-in-law started a farm, got some egg-laying chickens. So my life, my rules. You do what you want to do. Not everybody is going to get egg-laying chickens. I'm not. And I'm not knocking him for doing it. But I get it. I understand it. And so when we start talking about, hey, like the foods that they're designed, like the charts that they created, it's funny because as time moves on, we learn so much. This is about, dude, I'm not a conspiracy nut. We're out here this morning. Y'all can tell I'm feeling good this morning. I'm not a conspiracy nut, but as we move forward in time, right? As the longer we live, the more we learn, right? I believe we said yesterday, and I think F4 said it. What was the thing you said about age and experience equal wisdom? And then I think I had kind of reworded it to say that age is time, that it was experience and understanding equal wisdom or something like that. And then you implement it in order for it to be better or something like that. But essentially what I'm saying is that as time passes, as we do things, right? As we live, and things that people say are a conspiracy come to light to be true, we can't go back and change that thing that someone said was a conspiracy. We can't go back and live at that time, right? So when, what's something crazy about world history that we can look back on and then at the time understand that the people during that time were probably like, oh man, you're just a conspiracy nut. That doesn't make sense. And then the evidence came out, oh, you're not. Things like, what's the organization, federally funded organization for reducing teenage, Planned Parenthood, all right, Planned Parenthood, years and years ago, federally funded, they were like, hey, don't go over there messing with them people. They sterilizing people, like, they ain't helping you. They're talking about they're trying to make sure that you don't get pregnant when you're young so you can go to school and get good grades and then you can get a job and you don't have to worry about, getting pregnant and something happening to you. And they were like, well, no, what they're really doing is they're hurting you. They're doing something to hurt you, right? And so I don't have the full history on it, but it's like a story in America where they were like, Planned Parenthood just went into African-American neighborhoods in the South. Thank you for the thumbnail. Good morning, what's going on? What's that? The Boost father? What's going on, Boost? So, this whole thing happened, and I'm bringing it up just because it's something like I had that could come to the front of my mind. You have to understand at that time, everybody was probably like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. Our government wouldn't do that. That's crazy. Why would they go out and sterilize teenage girls? Why would they go out and tell somebody they're going to do something to help them and then it hurts them? It doesn't make sense. So that's a conspiracy theory. It gets in the newspapers. They're like, no, that's not something we would do. No, that's crazy. Why would somebody do that? No. Deny it for years. And then finally they're going to be like, hey, listen, look, my bad. We were actually doing that. That thing they said we were doing then, we were doing that. We can't go back and change that, but we can use that knowledge. We can use that knowledge to understand that there are things happening today that we can say, that's crazy, they wouldn't do that. That's insane. Well, no, let's just let it come out. Watergate's another example. When the Nixon story, and I don't know how, man, I'm so old. Y'all look at me. I keep bringing this stuff up and then I think about it. I'm like, man, somebody got to tell me what year Watergate happened. I don't think I was old enough to have watched Nixon and understood it at the time, but I might have been alive if it happened in the 70s. But I think it happened just before my birth in the 60s. But anyway, so when people started talking about Watergate, so yeah, 1976 was Watergate. Dang it, I was 4 years old. Come on, listen, El Commandant, you gotta, El Commandante. Listen, why didn't you say 1967? At any rate, thank you, Boost. So when that happened, you have to understand the process of getting that story out. Like the original people who were investigating was like, there's no way that's true. There's no way it's real. My wife and I, we were discussing last night that life is stranger than fiction. Why is any of this important? Because in order for it to be your life, your rules, you have to understand there are already people who are playing by their own set of rules. There are already things going on that are designed to benefit certain groups of people who are in a position to make that happen on a regular basis. Everybody talks about investing in the stock market. How much money are you investing? So when you come to me and you talk to me about stocks and you ask me questions about stocks, I'll tell you off the break, I'm like, I don't spend too much time thinking about stocks. I don't spend too much time studying the different ways to do it. The stock market is there, and as long as a country's economy, where the companies are based, is strong, then it can thrive. But I'm not gonna put it above being the same as other countries. So they'll tell you and they'll advise you all the time, hey, be careful in trading in different markets. Good morning, Rich, how are we doing? So be careful if you're trading in a market in Singapore or somewhere in Asia, because the government runs these companies and they have these penny stocks, and then you can invest your money and then they'll wait for investors to catch on to the investment, and then they'll dump all of their stock once they've gotten this money into it, and then they'll leave you broke. Like it's a big scam that they're running. They'll tell you that that's happening in other countries. Like it can't happen in the United States, right? Like collectively, there are hundreds of billions, dare I say possibly trillions of dollars held by these private equity firms. Your Chase, I think Morgan and Chase are together, your Schwabs, like all of these big equity firms have hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars to trade daily. And they are holding massive shares of any company you can think of. Who do you think determines what happens with Tesla stock? Do you think Elon Musk determines what happens with Tesla stock? If his stock is being held by in the billions by private equity firms, if they all decided to say, you're not doing what we want you to do the way we want you to do it, and your company's going to die right now, and we're going to dump it, then that's what happens. That's why GameStop was such a big thing. When one dude got a planet to go all in on GameStop, and they had already bet the house that GameStop stock was going to go down, and it went up because one man said the right thing at the right time, and everybody was like, bet. And there were enough small people to drive that stock up. Everybody panicked. They're like, what's going on? No. We determine what happens with GameStop. We don't want GameStop to go up. That's how they lost money, because they betted on GameStop going down. When you're talking about getting into the market with your little $250,000, what should I do? Listen, look, we gotta be real. Let's take your $250,000. Let's play the long game. We understand that the market has a tendency to go up year over year. Let's look at the top performing stocks. I say look at them over a 25-year period. Let's pick out about 10 to 15 of them. that all pay quarterly dividends, only investing in stocks that pay dividends so I can reinvest the money you make for me back into making more money for me. Make sure that it's something that's going to stay and grow. Use margins so that I invest my money and I use other people's money to invest my money, and then I watch it grow. And then I keep building it and I keep letting it grow. And then I do it through a business so that when I pass, I can pass that on to my children and continue to let it grow. And when my children pass, I pass it on to them. There are some things that we need to know about leveling up the way we live our lives that are going to help us to be better at what we do. But here's the bottom line to all of this, guys. The bottom line is we got to get there. And that was the first thing we were talking about today, which is discipline. Your life, your rules. But in order for you to really have your life, your rules, you have to understand the framework of the system you're working in. I don't care. I got $5 million. Your $5 million is a drop in the bucket. What do you think you're going to do if you buy $5 million worth of stock of a company that has 95 million shares or something ridiculous like that out there? 220 million shares. What do you think your $5 million is going to do? So you have to understand, because there's this much money out there, they can pick what they want to do on what day and how. Why is this important? So you don't go into it blind. So you don't go out there thinking you done figured the algorithm out and you done figured the system out and you know how to work it. Oh man, I know what to do. I got it. I'm gonna turn this $2,500 into $1 million. Watch, next week I'm gonna be a millionaire. And then you sitting on here 2 weeks from now crying because you done lost your mama's house. Oh, they believed in me. Come on, man. Listen, I'm not picking fun. I'm not making fun a little bit. I am making fun a little bit. Okay. I got it. Let's be honest. I'm making fun a little bit, but I'm also trying to make a point. Is that we have to understand where we are, what level we're on, and what we can control. What we can control is us. And this applies to every level of our life. We're walking around out here in relationships, on jobs, and with our own fitness, with ourselves, trying to figure out what to do. You can't control your own behavior. If you can't make you do what you know you're supposed to be doing, how you gonna make somebody else do what you want them to do? You can't make you get up and get to work on time. You can't make you get up and get out the house to take your walk. You can't make you do what you know you're supposed to do. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then we got all types of names for it. Oh, procrastination. Oh, I have these challenges. Oh, you don't know how bad my life's been. Hey, we don't want to play bad life bingo, right? I got some cards I can lay on the table. I got some numbers I can call. I got a pretty big chart that I can work from. So we're not talking about bad life bingo. We're talking about, hey, where you at right now? You can't go back and change tomorrow. You can't go back and change yesterday. If you go back and change tomorrow, man, that's a real wormhole we going down. But you can't go back and change yesterday, but you can learn from yesterday. You can understand what yesterday meant, what the outcome of yesterday was, of your actions, and then you can work to improve them. You can understand what you did and how it impacted your outcome. What you can't do, what you don't want to do, is start expecting that somebody else is coming to save you. I'm feeling good this morning, guys. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling encouraged. I'm feeling driven. I'm feeling like there's a breakthrough for me on the horizon. You know why I feel that way? I'm trying to get monetized on this thing, right? For those of us who are out here and taking advantage of this free platform to try to change and truly take control of our life and our time, there's these markers that you have to hit. And one of them towards monetization And like one of the hardest ones to get is the 3,000 hours of watch time. And so I'm on here, and then I'm understanding I've been putting out videos and shorts and all these things, and I woke up this morning and there's this app called YouTube Studio that will show you where you are on your journey to monetization. And mine says 919. That's pretty good, which means I'm almost at 1,000. And I've told you about repetition and how repetition needs patience, and then you need to perform with consistency, which F4 was talking about earlier, and then how performing with that consistency will move you forward, and then you need to persevere. You need to go through what you need to go through to get there. Those of you who were here before, remember I shared with you my wife's story as she worked towards monetization, which she currently is, and we congratulated her for. But the thing is, we need to understand during that whole process is while we're doing that, and that's all taking place, there are little things. Like there have been mornings I woke up and I was like, man, I had 715 watch hours for 4 days. Like I know I've been going on. I know I've been posting. I know I've been doing the work. So this is bothering me. This is getting like, I'm not happy about what this is telling me. I'm not happy with what these numbers look like. And so when I woke up this morning and it says 919, and then I took a moment to count, I'm like, I'm almost at 1,000. There are moments when you are doing things where in the church, they call it a breakthrough. I don't know how many of y'all ever been to a church in the South, like I'm waiting on my breakthrough. You know that Southern Pentecostal church. Then they, hold on, I'm gonna hit y'all. You know what I'm talking about, that Southern Pentecostal church, when the drums come on and dun dun dun, just head go back, woo! Because when I get to 1,000, that's a marker. I've broken through this marker. And 3,000, if I can do 1,000, I can do 3,000. No question, because I've done 1,000. But you don't feel that way when you're at 500. You don't feel that way when you're at 320 watch hours. And you're like, man, this is stupid. Nobody. It's a fix. But when you get to 1,000 and you're like, yo, I can make this. Thank you, Boost. Thank you very much. When you was like, look, when you start to see that and you start to see that growth, you say, man, if I can make 1,000, I can definitely make 3,000. Oh, we going there. That's going to happen. I don't even care about, I'm not even counting anymore. I know 3,000 is coming. I just got to keep doing what I've been doing. I keep doing what I've been doing. I'm going to keep getting what I know I'm supposed to be getting, and I'm going to get where I know I need to be. It's not a question of whether or not it's going to happen. It's the same thing when you're working on your fitness. Ryan was in here earlier. When you go to the gym and you're like, man, I want to do 225, right? And then you start working and you're on that first time, I don't know, man, like weightlifting was a major part of my life as a young man. And so knowing that those 45-pound plates are the biggest plates that you can put on a 45-pound bar, right? And then you go out there and you're like, man, that's 135. That's that first breakthrough. That's that first breakthrough as a young person in fitness. Like, yo, you can do that 135? What? When you get those two big plates on there, you ain't got quarters on the ends anymore. You know what I'm saying? When you got them 45s on there and you got a 45-pound bar, not a 25-pound bar, you're like, yo, 225 gonna happen. When you hit 225, you like 315 gonna happen. When you hit 315, you like, man, 405 is gonna happen. Those numbers keep going up. 455 is gonna happen. Any of y'all who did the workouts in the gym and you remember like bench press is the mark of getting strong. And so when you start doing this work and you start to achieve things, same thing for the people who do the body weight workouts, and you start out doing chin-ups and assisted pull-ups, and then you're like, man, can I get to 15 pull-ups? What is it going to take for me to get the 15 pull-ups? And then you start doing the work to get there. You start building to get there. These are the types of things that make you say, I know I can make it. So when you start saving money and you start building towards your future, and you say, man, I want to get some stocks, and you start moving that money out of your savings. Hey, I'm not a big savings guy. I'm not a big savings guy. And the reason I'm not a big savings guy is because saving is for the purposes of spending later. There are two terms. I've said this before. This is my new way of living. You no longer use credit, you use leverage, and you no longer spend money, you only invest. You invest in your business, you invest in your future, you invest in your life. Do not use personal credit. If you're using personal credit, join me on this journey in moving away from it. Don't use personal credit, use leverage. Leverage is the power of your money. Credit is the power of your labor. If you are using credit, the people are expecting you to work to pay it off. If you are using leverage, then people are expecting the money that you have to work to pay it off, which means it doesn't matter how long it takes. As long as you're putting your money to work, it's going to pay it off. So all of that, the reason I'm sharing that at this moment is because when you start looking at saving money and you start looking at moving that money from savings to investing, right? When you invest your first $1,000, your first $500, and you start buying money on whatever, on Robinhood or whatever, and you keep moving that money over there, $5, $15, whatever it is, $25 every time. When you start moving that money, and then you see that balance start to go up, and then you get that first little dividend return. You know, you ain't got a lot of money in there. They give you a dividend of like $1.37, $4.12. You're like, yeah, what I'm gonna do? Reinvest that. I'm gonna put that right back in. So now that $400 or that $500 I have in there is $504.37. I'm gonna get the returns on that. And I'm gonna put some more money on top of it. I'm gonna keep growing it. I'm gonna keep making it larger. I'm gonna keep making it bigger. I'm gonna keep making more. I'm gonna keep putting in the work so that I can see this thing grow. Once you start to see it grow, you're like, man, if I got $1,000 in here, I could definitely get $5,000 in here. Oh, I got $5,000 in here? I can do $10,000, no problem. I got $10,000 in here? Dude, I'm putting my whole paycheck in there. I'm trying to be at $25,000 in the next 3 months. Like, it changes because you now have this belief. You now have this understanding that this thing is possible. And it starts with you making the decision by taking the action to say, I'm going to change. El Comandante says, I believe I can fly. You better believe you can fly. You better believe it. Dude, I'm telling you, because that's what perseverance truly does. Persevering, everything that you do works on the thing you're doing. Persevering works on you. Perseverance is the thing that makes you say, I believe I can fly. Don't try to hope, don't tell me what's not possible. Stop telling me the possibilities of the failure. Everyone feels like when you share something with them, they have to tell you all the things that can go wrong. Listen, I'm not a big profanity guy. I'm gonna tell you what though. This one right here, dude, this one right here y'all need to put in the bank. This one right here y'all need to be prepared to use. Listen, it's an old one too. Bitch, please. Look, I'm telling you about me. I'm telling you about my dream. I'm telling you about my belief in me. And you want to keep telling me all the stuff that's going to keep it from working? Bitch, please. I know. I knew before I said I was going to do it. I don't need you to tell me that. I don't need you to tell me what could go wrong. I don't need you to tell me about what I've done in the past and the things in the past that didn't work for me. I don't need you to tell me about where you failed and what you're incapable of doing. I don't need any of that. because I know. Bitch, please, come on. So when it's my life, my rules, when it's your life, your rules, you gotta be prepared, man. This is what perseverance does, is it tells you you can do it. And then the validation comes, and then you keep doing it. You keep growing. You stop expecting for other people to be the purpose or the reason why you can do things, why you can achieve things. And you take that over for yourself. You take ownership. If I'm gonna take ownership for the failures in my life, if you're gonna blame me for everything I didn't do right in my life, then you better sure enough congratulate me, pat me on the back, and bring me my flowers for the things that did go right. You're gonna notice everything that I did wrong, everything that hasn't worked, all the things that can go wrong, but the moment I get something right, you're gonna be mumbling, oh, well, you know, I guess you got lucky there. Well, you chose the right time for that, didn't you? Bitch, I mean, look. It upsets me. It upsets me because there are so many of us out here who are looking to make this journey, to take this walk, and there are haters everywhere. There are haters that don't even know you. There are people who will find you just to hate you because they can't do anything for themselves. They don't want to do anything for themselves. And every time someone tries to encourage them to do something for themselves, they fail to do it. Good morning.
Good morning, man.
Y'all did it again, man. Just a second. Hey, boss. What's your name?
Spencer.
Spencer? Y'all supposed to be watching my back, man. Y'all let Spencer walk up on me. Y'all ain't say, hey,
bro.
there's a guy behind you. You ain't do nothing like that. Look, Spencer walked right up on me. Say good morning, Spencer.
Good morning, y'all.
Oh, guys, I'm just kidding. Hey, good morning. Enjoy your walk, buddy. So when you talk about making moves and coming up in life, and you talk about making steps, there are people who are here who will hate you simply for the purposes of having nothing better to do with their time. And then I know you. You're next to me. I had the freaking strength to share with you my dream, my belief. I ain't ask you for nothing. I ain't asked you to put no money in. I ain't asked you to do nothing. I just wanted to share it with you so that somebody else could see my dream. And you're gonna tell me all the ways I could fail? We know failure is out there. We all know failure is out there. That's the reason we got up, because we probably failed at something just a minute ago. We probably got knocked down just a second ago. And we still gotta get back up. And we gotta go back to work, and we gotta fight. Here's the thing, man. Stop allowing other people to control you. This whole thing about disappear and come back in 60 days or 90 days different. Nah, you ain't gotta disappear. You just start making the moves you're supposed to make. Trust me, when you are where you're supposed to be, doing what you're supposed to be, the people who are supposed to be there will be there. You're not disappearing on nobody. Because here's the bottom line. If you start making moves and you're going in the right directions, the people who aren't making the right moves ain't gonna be where you're going anyway. You don't have to worry about them talking about, hey man, like you disappeared. No, I didn't. I just started moving and you stood still. I didn't disappear. I grew. You stood still. You stayed where you were. And now, just because I'm on this journey, and I gotta come back here because my mama here. I gotta come get my mama and get her out of here. I gotta come get my baby brother and get him out of here. I gotta come back and get my auntie, my grandma, and get them out of here. You think I disappeared. You think I changed. No, I grew. What I did is I lived, I grew, my life, my rules. You still sitting here. My brother tells this story. Got an older brother, grew up in Washington, D.C. He tells this story of when he was in high school, they had this one friend. Like everybody knew they can go over that house, over this kid's house, go in the basement, smoke weed, right? Everybody knew this is something we could do for enjoyment. So my brother would go there and do that. He said he went over there one day to visit his mama. So when he's over there visiting Mom Bernice, dude comes out the house. Man, he said he gotta be like 50-some years old at this point. Dude says, man, hey, what's going on? Sees him, and he's like, Come on, man, when you get a chance, stop past, come on over, right? My brother's original thought is like, dude, I remember this cat from school. I went to school with this cat. I remember what our lives were like. I remember the things that we were committed to. I remember the things that we wanted to build, how we wanted to be. He must have bought his mom's house, and now he's taking care of his mom. He's like, dude, that's awesome. Like, I feel so grand about that. Then he gets there, finally gets the opportunity to go over, goes into the house. Dude's like, hey man, yeah, come on down to my room. Kid's still in the basement. He was like, yo, pass me that tray. Kids start rolling up. My brother at this point has a security clearance, working with, I believe at that point, working with the NSA. Also had started a business with another one of my brothers selling apparel. He had a family, he got a wife and a child, and dude's like, yeah, you gonna hit this with me? And it dawned on him, this dude ain't grow up at all. This is freaking 30, 40 years later, and he's still in his mama basement smoking weed. Dude, I ain't changed. I grew. When you grow, things are gonna change. I'm the same dude. We can still be cool, but I don't sit in the basement, smoke weed, and play video games at 53. Like, I ain't even knocking you for playing the video games or smoking the weed. That just ain't my life anymore. That's not my life. And so when someone moves, when someone grows, when you become bigger, when you become stronger, when you start to be the person who you choose to be, don't let nobody else tell you you change. You turn, man, I grew. Growth is change. But inherently I didn't change. That's why principles are important. Because principles give you purpose. 2017 sober, that's what I'm talking about, Frankie. El Commandant, laughing out loud. Not the weed, but games. This is what I'm saying. We all need to understand the difference. Listen, I say this all the time, and I'm gonna stand by it, right? F4, I don't wanna be that guy, but I'm trying to build a channel in a similar vein to you, bro. I was wondering if you'd shout me out. Indeed, F4 Abel, F4 ABL, guys, he's in there. He's in the chat, guys. Make sure you go check out his channel. Make sure you give him a look, see what's going on. OJ, is that OJ or DJ? I agree. Rich, thank you. Putting in the work, keep putting in the work, right? Keep uploading the shorts and the videos. The things you have to understand, and this is the biggest thing, right, is you have to be able to live it. It can't just be talk. It has to become, like, I'll be completely honest with you, the biggest struggle for all of the creators who go out here and they try to make a splash and make a dollar. First and foremost, one of the things you want to understand is don't do it for the dollar. You do it because there's something that you believe that's of value to people out there. That's what you do. I'm trying to monetize the channel, but this right here is because I believe what I have to share is valuable to the people. When you understand that, look, I'm trying to help bring value and bring strength, motivation, focus, determination, and growth to people's lives, I'm here to be a voice. This walk in the morning is a thing that I do for me, but I understand where I'm going and why I'm doing it. And I'm a little behind schedule, guys. I need to get back to my house. But what I'm telling you is, what I'm saying to you is, we need to be able to understand that making these strides and taking these steps are about growth. It's about us. Do the thing that you're doing for you, right? When you do the thing that you're doing for you, you're going to start to see that development. You're going to start to see that growth. And if you're taking the right steps and you're becoming the person you're supposed to become, we're just on the journey together. We're taking this journey together. The same way you've been on this journey with me, F4, I'll be on the journey with you. We are building a team of people and a community of people who are taking a journey together. And as we take this journey together, we learn things. We grow, we become stronger, right? Now, that's the focus, is being true to you. Your principles and purpose are not the things that you do, because my purpose is my wife, my children, and building a legacy, to build a legacy for generations for my family, so that my grandchildren have nothing near the same concerns that I had, that my children have none of the concerns as a parent that I had, that my great-grandchildren have none of the concerns of their parents or their grandparents. And this is what we do. I can't do that by passing on debt. I can't do that by passing on the taxes of my passing. I can't do that by passing on responsibility and negativity. But I can do it by passing on a legacy, by passing on a foundation, by passing on an understanding and a framework for the future. This is what we do. This is my purpose. This is why I get up. This is why I do the work. This is why I understand, and I moved away from the old way of thinking that if it's not working, work harder. I grew up in the old, dude, and I'm not that, I keep saying I'm old. I'm not that old. I'm not that old. I'm 52, but I grew up when the whole thought process was get a job and work until you die. Not work until you retire, work until you die. So many people, so many of my parents' friends, so many of my grandparents, even my parents, they worked until they died. And then the state took everything that they had and gave the debt to the children. They were like, listen, your family died, and this is what they had. This belongs to us, and now y'all owe us this. You can't afford to die. It's not the future that I have for my family. And so what does it mean? It means that I have to make a change. I have to stand up. I have to understand the framework, live my life, my rules, guys. Listen, it's always great to be on these talks, being out here having these walks, and I'm so glad that you guys joined. I'm so glad that you guys took the time to stop in, take a look, and share. Make sure, go check out F4 Able. Take a look at his content. El Comandante, as always, thank you. Rich, thank you for being here as well. People, I want you to all know that in anything that you want to do in life, it requires discipline. Discipline has 4 pillars. Say it with me. Repetition, followed by patience, that needs consistency, and then you have perseverance. Everything works on the thing that you're doing. Perseverance works on you, right? So guys, it's been great having you here. Thank you so much for the time. El Comandante says, we the future, together blessed, bro, indeed blessed. Jay, how are you doing? F4L, like this man's video before he goes. Please, guys, thank you very much for that. I appreciate you, Rich. Jimmy says, if you work hard at your job, you can make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune. Indeed, you can. And fortune is about your life, the wealth that you get from your life by spending time doing the things that you want to do with the people you want to do it with when you want to do it. All right, guys, do me a favor. Keep showing up, keep blowing up, keep growing up. I'll see you next time. God bless.